Adesh sir, hi, very good afternoon, and thank you for joining in. Apologies
Yes,
for
hello, good afternoon.
starting. Good afternoon. Apologies for starting the session 10 minutes delayed. I was just finishing one of my Instagram sessions and got a bit delayed in there. But we are here now and we are going to start. So uh, thank you once again, Adesh sir, for joining our platform. It's a great honor for us, Skill Edge platform, to welcome you on our platform and welcome you on behalf of the organization and all the team members and the students. My all my students over here. Let me quickly introduce. Let me quickly introduce Adesh sir to all of you. Saurabh, please go on mute. Adesh sir is having more than 18 years of experience, total experience, with more than 10 years of experience in the field of equity research and more than 9 years of experience in the academics. He's currently pursuing his PhD. So we have a person who has an amalgamation of industry and academics, which is the best way to share the experience with the participants. Sir, we as a company, as you all know, is one of the first companies in India that is using vernacular language to build an ecosystem for tier 2, tier 3 graduates, postgraduates, and students to help them build their career in the financial domain. We are a specific job title focused skill development platform where within our financial vertical, the job title that we are focusing is financial analyst. Over to you, sir, with the topic today, as you are aware of that. What does an equity research analyst? How does the day look like for an equity research analyst in a company? How does a day look like? उसका दिन कैसे दिखता है? And अगर किसी को equity research में अपना career बनाना है, पहले 3 साल उसके career के उसको mindset कैसा रखना पड़ेगा? उसका career graph कैसा बढ़ेगा? Over to you, sir. My only request is would like you to use Hindi and English both for all our participants. Thank you once again, and over to you.
Yes, thank you, Rahul sir. And
sorry, sir. Just one more thing. Because no questions as of now. When the questions are being asked, you can put up your questions. I hope you understand the protocol of the sessions. All right, sir. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, all students.
If everybody is able to hear, sir, can I get a yes on the chat box? Nobody will unmute.
Good afternoon, sir. Yes, you are audible.
Nobody will unmute. Guys, can you please understand? If you are able to hear, please say yes on the chat box.
Okay.
आप सब लोग ये सेशंस करते हैं हर हफ्ते, तो प्रोटोकॉल भूलना नहीं है. And Saurabh and everyone, do not unmute. Even if there is a mistake, don't unmute.
So firstly, thank you, Rahul sir and Skill Edge for providing me this platform to interact with you all. And rightly, Rahul sir has given a brief introduction about me. At the start of my career, I was an equity research analyst, fundamental equity research analyst for about 10 years, and Indian equities, which is different from KPOs. We'll understand that part also. And last more than 8.5 years, I am into academics, teaching MBA students about equity research, equity valuation, financial modeling. Okay, so to start with, today, what I'll do,
सर एक रिक्वेस्ट है, जैसा मैंने कहा हिंदी और इंग्लिश में सर थोड़ा सा कॉम्बिनेशन में अच्छा रहेगा. और दूसरा सर, जस्ट टू करेक्ट यू, रोहित, राहुल अच्छा नाम है पर मेरा नाम रोहित है.
Yeah, Rohit sir.
Thank you.
So to start with, what we'll understand the end goal of whenever you study or whenever you go through a process, what is to be done, what is to be learned, what would be the end goal you are trying to achieve. So here the end goal is to work as an equity research analyst or a fundamental equity research analyst. Okay. So when I was in corporate, mainly my role was we used to study the companies listed on the stock exchange. We used to study those companies. We used to do fundamental research. We used to prepare company research. We used to prepare industry report. We used to prepare financial models, and we used to recommend it to our clients. Clients means mutual funds, bank treasuries, insurance companies, pension funds, guild funds, even FIs. So I used to recommend them which stocks to invest in. So this was my major role when I was in corporate. Okay, and the end goal in your learning process is to become an equity research analyst. Okay, either in Indian equities or in global equities. So equity research analyst, the end goal is very clear. The profile which are being shared by the companies. So anyone has gone through the profiles, any of the equity research profiles? You can unmute and you can speak.
So,
Mayuresh.
सर अनम्यूट करके लोग ना अलग अलग जगह पे हैं तो डिस्टरबेंस हो सकता है, तो मेरा सजेशन है लेट द पीपल राइट ऑन द चैट बॉक्स. अगर वो समझ में नहीं आया तो उस इंसान को आप कैटेगरिकली पूछ सकते हो.
ओके,
ताकि डिस्टरबेंस नहीं होगा सर. और एक बात सर, आप जब सवाल पूछोगे ना सर, उसको जरा दोबारा कह रहा हूँ, थोड़ा सा हेल्प हो जाएगा, बिकॉज स्टूडेंट्स को ना पूरा एनर्जी समझ में नहीं आता है. तो अगर आप हिंदी में पूछोगे तो जल्दी जवाब देंगे.
Okay. As I'm communicating with you in English, मैं हिंदी में भी उसी सेम फ्लुएंसी में बोल सकता हूँ. I am a Maharashtrian, so मैं मराठी में भी बोल सकता हूँ. Okay. So if you are not able to understand any point, any topic in English, you just message in the chat box. I will like try to convey the same thing in Hindi or Marathi. Okay, everyone. Okay. So I'll again reframe the question. So इक्विटी रिसर्च जो भी आप कोर्स करते हो उसका एंड गोल क्या है? व्हाट डू यू थिंक? आप चैट बॉक्स में टाइप इन कर सकते हो. ओके ओके राइट. Yes, still keep on typing for next 30 seconds, 40 seconds. We'll again discuss the same.
I want people to type your answers. सर ने पूछा इक्विटी रिसर्च का एंड गोल क्या होता है, और आप लोगों को पता है कि जो लोग रिप्लाई कर रहे हैं, द ऑपरेशन टीम ओवर देयर वो देख रही है कि पार्टिसिपेशन किसका ज्यादा है. So there is a marks for that. I hope you all are aware of that. So make sure that you put your answers in the chat box, please. इक्विटी रिसर्च का गोल क्या है, जो भी आपको पता है, नॉट नेसेसरी यू आर राइट और रॉन्ग, बट इट इज टू शो योर पार्टिसिपेशन. Thank you for those who are replying. It shows the seriousness also. Sir, over to you. Yeah.
Good that you all have a fair bit of good idea that why equity research is done. At the end, you have to value a company. Okay. In the stock market, में वो company का price 100 रुपए. What do you think? What is its actual value? Let it be. Mayuresh, before we take a question, I'll just complete this part and then I'll ask you. Okay. So 100 rupees. So after you do your study, your future projections means आप estimate करते हो, revenue estimate करते हो company का, cost estimate करते हो, आप company को value करते हो. Either you use DCF valuation, discounted cash flow valuation, or you use relative valuation. Relative valuation means, for example, PE valuation, EV/EBITDA valuation, price by book value valuation. In some companies, like heavy metal companies or heavy manufacturing companies, they use EV/10. In airlines, they use seat per mile. In hospitality, they use occupancy rate valuation. And there are different valuations in IT companies or tech companies which are growing in multiple times. They use PEG, PEG valuation, PEG ratio. So
guys, मेरा सजेशन होगा, मेरा सजेशन होगा कि सर अभी जब बात कर रहे हैं ना, ध्यान से सुनो उनको. अभी जो सवाल हो गया वो सवाल हो चुका है, तो लेट्स नॉट कीप ऑन आंसरिंग टिल द टाइम यू आर गेटिंग द चांस, राइट? तो अभी जो सर बोल रहे हैं ध्यान से सुनिए. सर आपकी आवाज थोड़ी सी इको हो रही है, रसिका कह.
मेरी आवाज क्लियर नहीं आ रही है?
थोड़ी सी इको हो रही है, थोड़ी सी क्लियर है, थोड़ी सी इको हो रही है। मे बी शायद आप जहां बैठे हो थोड़ा सा खाली रूम है, शायद इस वजह से वो आवाज इको हो रहा है, ऐसा मेरे को लगता है।
Actually, yesterday only I shifted to a new flat, so it is
वो
quite
समझ में आ
empty.
गया, समझ गया, वो समझ में आ ही गया मेरे को।
try to open the window. It might help.
या
Okay, अभी मेरी आवाज कम इको हो रही है?
बेटर है सर, बेटर है, बिल्कुल बेटर है।
Okay, fine. हाँ मयूरेश, now we can take your query. You can unmute and speak.
Sir, actually, my general this for trading is technical analysis. Is it a plus point or a bad point?
I didn't get your question. I think your voice was breaking.
सर वो पूछ रहा है, उसका जनरल थॉट प्रोसेस है टेक्निकल एनालिसिस
Short term
करके वो
trader.
ट्रेड का स्टॉक टेकिंग करता है। इज इट अ गुड थिंग और अ बैड थिंग?
If I have got your question right, you are saying your main
Technical analysis.
is technical analyst. Okay. See, it is not good or bad. See, what do technical analyst looks? Price and volume. उसके अलावा कुछ do they study anything?
नहीं sir.
Technical
Price,
analysis,
volume और
technical analysis study is all about price and volume. And fundamental research, equity research is all about studying the company, all the publicly available documents of the company, studying the industry, preparing financial model, equity valuation, preparing research reports. So fundamental analysis or fundamental equity research is different and technical research is different. It's not good or bad. Fundamental is for long term, like 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, and technical is for short term. Even intraday you can do technical. Even 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 5 day, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So
Yeah.
both are different ball game. You cannot say compare watermelon with apple.
No, टेक्निकल एनालिसिस मंथली पे चले जाओ, वो लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट्स भी वहीं से ढूंढ के कमाए मैंने। फंडामेंटल पे थोड़ा
See,
वीक।
if you do technical analysis on monthly charts and you see you go through a chart which is long term, say 5 year, 10 year chart, you can study a long term trend. You can build up means तुम अपना observations दे सकते हो एक long term trend के ऊपर, but at the end if fundamentals are not strong, technicals at times fail, and because technicals are more or less sentiments from the market based on price and volume.
हाँ, it
Whatever
is
you
the
get
cycle
on the
study.
charts. So
Cycle study.
मयूरेश आपके सवाल ना थोड़ा टॉपिक से हट रहे हैं। लेट्स सर टॉक ऑन द टॉपिक फर्स्ट। आपके जो सवाल है एंड में लेंगे।
ओके।
बिकॉज जो सवाल मुझे लग रहा है वो ये जो सवाल है ना वो टॉपिक से हट रहा है। पहले सब लोग को ये जानना है यहाँ पे इक्विटी एनालिस्ट करता क्या है एक दिन में। सर वही बता रहे थे। लेट द फ्लो हैपन, क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन विल हैपन एट द एंड। सर ओवर टू यू।
So let me continue. We'll continue for next 10-15 minutes. Then in between, if you have any queries, we can take those questions. And then at the end, we will be having plenty of time to have questions.
Yeah, perfect. Please, sir, go ahead. Yeah.
I'm getting a message. Host disable participant screen sharing.
Acha, okay, fine. I will ask you to. I will give you the.
Yeah, I think you are only the host.
Yeah, I'm going to give you, sir. So I am making you the host. I think you should be able to.
Okay, my screen is visible now.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. Okay, see here I have collated few JDs. You understand JDs, job descriptions of few companies. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So the first JD is of Bonanza Portfolio Limited. You can glance through. You can read between the lines. What do the company expect? See, tracking a sector or an industry, studying major companies. They are also expected to meet management of the companies to get insight from the companies. They have to attend company meets, analyst meets, conference calls, result conference calls. They have to prepare financial models. They should be in touch with the clients, like buy-side research analysts, fund managers, dealers of the mutual fund houses, banks, even pension funds, even insurance companies. Okay, and you should be able to prepare an initiating coverage report. Initiating coverage report is the first time when you are giving a target value to a company. Okay, and each and every company expects you to be well versed with some of the other software, either a company database of like Ace Equity, Capital Line, or Progress, or a overall database, a broader database like Bloomberg or Reuters. Okay, like this is a JD of IDBI Capital. You can glance through, read between the lines. You are expected to prepare financial models, write research reports, management meetings, prepare financial models. Okay, then CCRT, which is a KPO, will understand difference between a third party research, that is KPO research, and research being done in Indian equities also. So you can see equity analysis, financial modeling, forecasting. Okay, and in each JD you will find this part: MS Office, Excel, good verbal and written communication. Why verbal communication? Because you are meeting with the clients. तो एकदम हाई-फाई इंग्लिश आने की जरूरत नहीं है, but you should be able to at least speak a proficient English, because English is the, you can say, a professional language, a corporate language, and Excel. Okay, Excel again एकदम हाई-फाई Excel in depth coding वगैरह आने की जरूरत नहीं है. You are required to understand basic Excel. Okay, and written English, written communication skills, because you will be preparing either a stock update or a company report or an industry report or a result update or an IPO note, FPO note. Okay, see, this is KR Choksi. Initiating coverage, quarterly updates, sector reports, management meet reports, financial models. You have to attend analyst meetings, conference calls, financial databases. You should prepare presentations and you should be able to present to the fund managers your ideas, cost, and okay, and then you don't need to just leave the stock. You need to continuously follow with the management, with the company updates, with the industry updates, developments. Okay, any positive, negative developments which can impact the company, you have to update your clients. So this is what means constantly reviewing and monitoring the stock performance, the companies which you are tracking. Okay, then I had collated many such JDs. See, this is of HG Analytics. This is a KPO SG Analytics. This is of transparent value, valuation models, financial statement analysis, tracking daily news updates, financial statement analysis, valuation methodologies, financial modeling skills, MS Office, Excel, communication. Ravel Analytics is also a Pune-based KPO. So financial ratios, financial office, communication. So now you are able to understand what does company expect from you. Basic MS Office, Excel in detail, presentation skills, communication skills, writing skills. You should be able to prepare a financial model. You should be able to prepare a company research report, industry research report. Okay, that's it. Is it so difficult? Yes. Very straightforward. Okay, so fine. And now we'll move to understanding the difference between a job profile of an equity research analyst in a KPO as well as in Indian equities, and then we'll move to understanding what you are as a fresher MBA or might be having 1 to 3 years of experience, what you are expected to do in a equity research profile. Okay, I'll also share my story. Okay. So you can see this word file. I had prepared this word file to make you understand how a career progression works if you get into fundamental equity research profile, and which all areas are there. So mainly there are three areas: broking firms, captive KPOs, and third party KPOs. So you can just raise your hand. Just raise your hand. Let me ask you. Just raise your hand. What do you understand by captive KPOs and third party KPOs? Mayurish.
So broking KPOs are such as Angel and then the captive KPOs are such as some hedge fund like Renaissance Fund or etc. And the third party KPOs are such as WNS or certain companies which provide knowledge processing to foreign companies, and some companies which they do their own also, like HDFC Securities as well.
Mayuresh is somewhat right. I'll just give you more details about captive KPOs. Mayuresh was right about broking firms. Broking firm examples are like Motilal Oswal, Angel Broking, IDBI Capital. You have a number of domestic broking firms. Okay, and even you have MNC broking firms like Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Merrill Lynch. So broking firms and captive KPOs means you have your own bank and you have a arm or a company which only caters to your company. Okay, suppose Allstate is a very big insurance company in US, and it has its KPO in India also. Okay, but that KPO only caters to Allstate. It does not cater to Bank of America. It does not cater to Merrill Lynch or any other bigger, you can say, financial institutions. Okay, so captive KPO means a company which is 100% subsidiary of the main company, and it is made or it is formed by an objective to only cater to that main company. Okay, and secondly, third party KPO, like Mayuresh rightly said, WNS and all, it caters to various companies. It can cater to clients from US, Europe, and many other. 1 second, I'll show you. So I have just made some. 1 second. I've just made some pictorial image also so that you can understand. See, broking firms, Angel Broking, Motilal Oswal, Carvey Stock Broking, captive KPOs like Credit Suisse, Nomura, Societe Generale, Goldman Sachs, which caters to only their bank or their financial institution. Third party KPOs like Deloitte, Evalueserve, CRISIL, Science Analytics, which is in Delhi, you might be heard of. You might have heard the Science Analytics, which is Delhi based only. So these are third party KPOs. Clear? And okay, so captive KPOs and third party KPOs mainly prefer fresher, you can say, graduates or freshly trained candidates, and broking firms. They usually prefer experienced professionals. But if you are trained well, like if Skillage trains you well, if Skillage, like it has its robust curriculum which trains you into financial modeling, valuation, and preparing company research reports, industry reports, you can also get through into domestic broking firms. Okay, because that is almost equivalent to 1 year, 2 year experience guy. Okay, so it is no longer a fresher. So if you are trained well, if you put in sincere effort to prepare a financial model of at least a company, one company at least. Okay, proper start to end financial model, which includes revenue model, cost model, various schedules like depreciation or fixed asset schedule or interest rate or debt schedule, and do your assumptions, estimate your P&L balance sheet, link your estimated P&L and balance sheet to ratios, and then link your estimated financial statements to various charts and valuation model. Okay, so if you prepare a good financial model, if you prepare a company research report, if you prepare an industry report, then during an interview, you can confidently speak about that particular company. Okay. Okay, so career progression. So usually it starts with an associate research analyst, senior research analyst, AVP, VP, director research, and it differs from KPO and broking firm. So I have made a separate table where you can understand it very well. First 1 to 3 years, you can see in broking firms. See here, it is research associate. In broking firms, you can see you will be moving to research analyst, senior research analyst, AVP research, VP research, director research, research head. Whereas in KPOs, now as you are very clear what a KPO is, KPO are companies like not captive KPO. Captive KPO only caters to that only their own holding company. But third party KPOs caters to various financial institutions. Okay, so these KPOs, as I told you, they can cater to companies from China, Europe, Gulf, US, mix of. So वहाँ पे mainly your career can start with a data analyst or a management training, or a junior analyst. You will move to analyst, team leader, APM, associate process manager, and business head. Whereas if you get into buy side research, see, if you are working in a broking firm, it is called a sell side research. If you are working directly in a bank, mutual fund, or an insurance company as a research analyst, it is buy side research. Usually freshers are not preferred, but if you have prior some experience in finance field, and if you have good skill set like financial modeling, equity valuation, if you understand a company, if you have studied a company well, if you have studied the industry well, then surely they will always prefer you over other candidates. Okay, so in as a buy side research, it is not preferred. But if you have that spark in you, if you have that skill set in you, will surely get through. So MF, buy side research analyst in a mutual fund, bank, or insurance treasury, then you will get a designation of research associate, research analyst, senior research analyst. In mutual fund, you get it as a designation as an assistant fund manager, equity fund manager, and then CIO, that is chief investment officer. Okay, and in hedge fund or P or VC fund, they also do their own research. Okay, I'll not get into explaining what is a hedge fund or VC fund or what are PE funds. They also have a set of HNIs. They have plenty of money, like crores of money. Some are big, some are small. They invest into companies. So they do their separate research. They meet the company, they study the industry in detail. They also do their financial modeling, equity valuation. And there also you can get into equity research. Okay, as a management training, then a junior analyst, a senior research analyst, assistant fund manager, and then you get into the junior management of that private equity or venture capital. Okay. Okay, before we move forward, any doubt in this screen, anything you have to ask me in this screen? You can raise your hand, or you can even type in your chat box. Mayuresh, yes, yes.
Do I need to complete CFA, MBA, or ACCA to apply for this job?
No. CFA, even I'm not a CFA, and many might have a perception that engineers होगा तो ही research में entry होगी. Not required. I am a normal graduate, BCom graduate. Okay, BCom. I did my BCom, MCom, MBA finance.
Sir, but I mean post-graduation basically. I'm a graduate just.
So fine. So see, when I started my career, though I was an MBA finance fresher as an equity research analyst, but my colleague was just a BCom plain graduate, but he had that skill set, and he was 1 year senior to me. Okay, so after a year's time, I started my career into equity research. He guided me what is to be done, how it is to be done, and I grasped it like see, you should have two things to make a good career as an equity research analyst. One is interest and one is common sense. Believe me, you should have interest to learn and learn and learn more, study in depth, dive deep. Interest hona chahiye. And second thing is common sense. Believe me, you don't require extreme skill sets rocket science. It is not rocket science that you require a extreme skill set that even like you require, or you think you require a extreme MBA degree, then only you can get into an equity research analyst. No, it is not so.
I think Adesh sir is reiterating the fact which we have been telling to everyone. Obviously, I keep on interacting with the CEOs of the companies and professors of Adesh sir's stature. One thing is very clear: at the end of the day, either you are from a tier one institute, or if you are not from a tier one institute, then you have to have relevant skills. Both the individuals will have similar kind of opportunities knocking at the door. Some may have few more opportunities, but at the end of the day, if you have the interest and the relevant skill sets, which sir is talking about, which includes common sense, obviously, and common sense is built also based on your interest at the end of the day. So that's the fact. At the end of the day, अगर आप में relevant skills हैं और उन relevant skills को आप express कर सकते हो, काफी बार relevant skills होना जरूरी नहीं है, उसको express करना भी जरूरी है. तो अगर आपके पास relevant skills हैं और उनको आप express कर सकते हो, I think that is where sir is talking about that you may not require a post graduation degree. I think that's what it is.
So I will share you just Vikas. Yes, say Vikas.
Sir, first of all, very, very good morning, sir, and thank you for
Good afternoon.
giving us your time. So I have a question that if any company is giving you, so suppose that you are working in a company and your management told you that you have to do a research on particular company. So what will be the optimum time you will be taking, sir, for doing a full-fledged analysis and coming to a conclusion whether we should be investing it in it or not, sir? The optimum time I want to know, sir. What will be the optimum range of time?
Okay. So everyone got Vikas' question. Vikas Kumar is asking, how much time will you require to study a company? But see, it differs. First thing, if you are tracking a mid-cap or small-cap company, it might take 2 weeks, 3 weeks. If you're tracking a conglomerate like Reliance Industries, it might take 1 month, 1.5 months. Okay, and it has one more thing. If you are a fresher, it might take you more time. If you're like studied few companies, it might take you lesser time. If you are into fundamental equity research for a year, 2 years, or 3 years, it might take you further less time. Okay, Vikas.
Okay, sir. And in this context only, I have one more query. Like while doing our analysis, what are the challenges that an equity research analyst face, sir, while doing an analysis of any company, sir?
Okay, what does equity research analyst face?
Challenges, sir, in doing their research.
Okay, good. So before moving to the next part, in between, I'll just share my story. Okay, I'm basically from Mumbai. Okay, born, brought up, education, experience in Mumbai. So BCom, Mumbai University. I did my MBA Finance, MCom. After MBA Finance, I started working, and about 10 years, I was a core institutional equity research analyst, fundamental equity research analyst, Indian equities. And see, the start of the day, I'll tell you. Every day I used to wake up at 4:45, 4:30 or 4:45. Okay. So 4:45 max wake up. Even 5:15, 5:20 ka alarm hota tha. Used to snooze. Snooze few because the previous day was so tiring to didn't feel like waking up. But it's your interest that keeps you going. And in Mumbai, you know how the life is. I used to catch, see, 4:45 I used to wake up. By 5:45 I was out of home. 6 o'clock around I used to catch train. And 6 to 7 was my train traveling. I used to get out of CST station and stand in the queue of shared taxi and I used to catch a taxi. I used to reach office by 7:30, 7:40, 7:45. Okay, and we used to have a morning meeting where all the research analysts used to study what all has happened in their sector. See, usually what happens, each research analyst, they either track one sector, one industry, or two industries. Okay, and they track a few set of 10, 15, max to max 20 companies. 20 is a bigger number. So whatever each and every smallest development in their particular industry, in their particular company, has to be communicated to the sales or the dealers in their, you can say, company. Suppose if I'm working in Mutla Rusal, I'll communicate it to the sales traders or the dealers, and they, after the meeting, used to call up the institutional clients like mutual funds, banks, insurance companies. They used to speak up with their mutual funds or the dealers or the buy side research guys, and they used to communicate it. You are holding stake into Infosys or any other company, and this is what the recent development is. And according to this, what will be the positive or negative impact on the profitability, EPS, or the target price that we had given. Okay, so this was the start. Mohit, before taking your question, just let me complete this. Okay, so this was the start of my day. So we used to have a morning meeting around at 8, 10 around. So we used to have around half an hour. And if you want to make a career into equity research, you have to read newspapers like crazy. Believe me, I used to read every day. I used to read 6 to 7 newspapers. Business Standard, Business Line, Economic Times, Live Mint, DNA Money, Financial Express, Financial Chronicle. Okay, ये तो normal थे. Every day, believe me, every day means every day. उसमें भी क्या read करना है? Company specific news, industry specific news, ये economy specific news, and global business news. Getting it? So once you start reading ना, पहले 1, 2, 3 महीने तक बहुत सारी चीजें समझ में नहीं आएगी. Fine, but once you make it a habit of reading these types of news, believe me, the knowledge that you will gain is the next level. You will understand different things happening in the financial space in different companies, because companies from different industries, the dynamics of companies from different industries is different. Like a cement company is different from an IT company, a banking, real estate, pharma. Okay, so the dynamics is different. Till the time you have a reading habit, you won't get that knowledge. Okay, so have a reading habit, and then after that, we used to have a morning meeting with the dealers, and they used to communicate all those developments to our clients. And then the day used to start. We used to either have one-to-one conference call with the company management. At least 2 to 3 calls to होते ही थे. हर एक हफ्ते में we used to get in touch with the CFO or the investor relations team. We used to arrange a call. We used to उसके पहले call arrange करने से पहले तुम्हें वो company study करनी है. You should not ask obvious questions to those top management guys. Okay, so company study करनी, you have to prepare your questionnaire, and then after interacting with the management, if you think okay, there is some story that can be interesting to your clients, you can study further, you can do company research, you can do financial statement analysis, you can do industry research, you can then prepare a financial model, okay, with your assumptions, estimations. Then वापस एक बार email करो management को कि ये सब estimations, assumptions मैंने किए हैं, ठीक है कि नहीं है. Then he will say, yes, ये ठीक है, but sales थोड़ा ज़्यादा estimate किया है, या sales थोड़ा कम estimate किया है, cost में ये cost we will not be करेंगे. Okay. So काफी सारी चीजें. He will also guide you. He will also make you understand. See, they are experts in that particular company and industry because they are studying. They are working in that industry for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Okay, उनसे काफी ज़्यादा knowledge मिलता है. So you will also enlighten your knowledge in that particular industry or company if you are able to interact with the company management. Okay. And on the other side, when you interact with the clients, like fund manager होने दो या buy side research analyst होने दो, if you don't know anything of or you if you are not done anything properly, तो उधर से जो गाली मिलती है तो उससे और अच्छे से सीखने को मिलता है तुम्हें. ओके. सो अगर फंड मैनेजर बोलता है ये क्या बेवकूफ की तरह तुमने मॉडल बनाया, तुम्हें इतना सिंपल मॉडल बनाने को नहीं आता, इसमें ये वैल्यूएशन नहीं लेना होता है, इसमें पीईपीएस नहीं लेना होता है, इसमें ईवी एबिटा लेना होता है, उससे भी एज अ फ्रेशर इक्विटी रिसर्च एनालिस्ट एब्सॉर्ब दैट, अंडरस्टैंड, उससे भी काफी चीजें सीखने को मिलती है. ओके. सो यू हैव टू बी एक्सट्रोवर्ट. बिलीव मी, एज अ व्हेन आई वाज अ BCom, MCom student, MBA student, I was extremely introvert. But this job profile has made me extrovert so that I can confidently stand on the stage. And right now I am a Symbiosis MBA faculty at Dawle campus, Pune. So that confidence I have built up from this career, equity research career, because I have met hundreds and literally thousands and thousands of people on the buy side, on the management side, attending so many hundreds and hundreds of meets. Okay. Then in between you have to also interact with the buy side research analyst. You have to prepare your company report, industry report, and you have to keep working on your financial models. Okay. And believe me, पूरे दिन you are so much occupied कि you don't even think of time. ऐसे होता है. Hardly once in a month तुम्हें time का भी दिखता है. So as I told you at the start, at what time I used to reach office around 7:30, 7:40, and I used to leave office na at least 7:30 के बाद. Okay, at least. So I used to leave office by 7:30, 8, and I used to reach home na by 9:30, 10, 10:30. ये normal days में. Okay. And जब भी results होते थे या ये होता था results या monetary policy या budget session, या even if you are occupied with some company report, ये कल you have to publish this research report, तो हम लोग overnight भी काम करते थे. Like I'll tell you an example. Like even the last year before joining academics, we had a budget. Like we had अपना India budget. So budget usually starts from 10, 11. It's continues till 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we used to prepare the budget report from 2, 3, 4, and it goes on till night 10, 11, 12. Okay. Then we used to discuss with the management. Management means broking firms management, research head, and then he used to tell us plenty of things to add on, to improvise. Again, we used to work 2, 3, 4 तक सुबह क्या we used to work, we used to finalize, release करते थे report by 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Then we used to go home, refresh, and come back to office by 7:38. So if you have that strong dedication, strong willpower to learn, believe me, there is no ending. Equity research is the best career. And equity research में क्या क्या होता है? इसके लिए I just add the next word file that I have made, next screen. But before that, because you had a question. I think Mohit had a question.
Yes, sir. But Mohit had a question. Please give him a chance. Then I will be asking, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
सर
मेरा ये क्वेश्चन था कि क्या हम जैसे एक रिसर्च इक्विटी एनालिस्ट होता है वो क्या फाइनेंशियल डेटा पे कम्प्लीटली उसे फॉलो करे या फिर ब्लाइंडली फॉलो करे या फिर उसमें आप उसका कोई अलग टैकल प्रोसेस होता है टैकल करने के लिए कि इसमें कुछ मैनिपुलेशन वगैरह नहीं है या माइंडसेट क्या रहता है?
तुम ये पूछ रहे हो कि डेटा कौन सा फॉलो करे?
हाँ, जो भी अगर कंपनी फाइनेंशियल डेटा प्रोवाइड कराती है तो हमें उसे कम्प्लीटली ब्लाइंडली फॉलो करना है या फिर हमें उसमें और अपना कुछ प्रोसेस रहता है उसे टैकल करने के लिए जिसमें कोई मैनिपुलेशन ना हो, क्योंकि पास्ट में ऐसा हो चुका है.
Okay, I'll tell you. See, Mohit has asked कि कंपनी जो डेटा हमें देती है स्टडी करने के लिए या एनालिस्ट को देती है, इन्वेस्टर्स को देती है, क्या वो फॉलो करना चाहिए या ओके आई टेल यू सी द बेस्ट थिंग सोर्स इज टू फॉलो द एनुअल रिपोर्ट एंड लिस्टेड कंपनी के एनुअल रिपोर्ट ये ऐसे ही नहीं बने होते इट इज बीन ऑडिटेड एंड आफ्टर ऑडिटिंग वो कुछ भी ऐसे झूठ नहीं बोल सकते झूठ बोलेंगे तो इट इज अ फ्रॉड एंड वंस इन थाउजेंड्स ऑफ कंपनीज एक आध फ्रॉड होता ही है फाइन सो यू हैव टू डिस्काउंट इट but in bigger companies you have to download the annual report from either the stock exchange website or you have to download annual report from the company website and study that annual report. That is the first step, okay, that you have to do. And वो study करने के बाद उसके ऊपर directly decision नहीं होता, फिर तुम्हें company research करना पड़ता है, यानी काफी सारी चीजें. See, annual report is telling you historical story, historical past 2 साल 3 साल 5 साल की स्टोरी 10 साल की स्टोरी, ओके. बट तुम्हें फ्यूचर देखना है, कंपनी आगे जाके whether the company is setting up a new plant, whether the company is entering into new geographies, whether the company is entering or launching new product, getting it, that is the story that you have to understand. उसी से इन्वेस्टर को पैसा मिलता है. So वो स्टोरी तुम्हें आइडेंटिफाई करने आनी चाहिए. You should be able to estimate revenue model, cost model तुम्हें प्रिपेयर करने आना चाहिए. You should be able to estimate that those historical financial statements. You should be able to estimate projections करने आने चाहिए on the basis of your company research and industry research. For example, why industry research is also important, because ऐसा नहीं है हो कि एक industry which is facing problems and you are studying a company which is from that particular industry, so it will always impact the performance of that particular company, so you have to take that into consideration. Okay, Mohit, have I answered your question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, I'll just put on one more screen. See, this I have prepared. Simple process. You should be able to understand process of what an equity research analyst follows. Okay, so always directly, जैसे मुझे किसने बोला था, I forgot the name. मोहित के पहले खास नहीं, मयूरेश ने बोला था कि कंपनी मैनेजमेंट एक लाइक तुम्हें कंपनी देगी स्टडी करने के लिए, यूजुअली ये कम होता है. यू हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई विच स्टॉक टू इन्वेस्ट इन. इतना तो आइडेंटिफाई करने आना चाहिए. कैसे करोगे? हजारों कंपनीज लिस्टेड होती है स्टॉक एक्सचेंजेस में, सो यू हैव टू स्टडी ओनली दोज to start with. Okay, I repeat, to start with you have to study only say NSE 100 और PSE 100 companies. उसमें से कौन सी कंपनीज परफॉर्म अच्छा कर रही है, ये कैसे देखोगे? एज पर द पास्ट हिस्टोरिकल फंडामेंटल्स, फाइनेंशियल पैरामीटर्स लाइक सेल्स ग्रोथ देख लिया, प्रॉफिट ग्रोथ देख लिया, या कोई रेशियोज देख लिया लाइक डेट इक्विटी रेशियो की कंपनी के पास बहुत डेट है, कम डेट है, एकदम ज्यादा डेट भी नहीं होना चाहिए, और बिलीव मी जीरो डेट कंपनी भी नहीं होनी चाहिए. ओके, एंड जीरो डेट कंपनी क्यों नहीं होनी चाहिए? ओके, सो आई विल एक्सप्लेन. Because see, if a company is not taking any loan, means company growth, company ये सोच रही है कि मुझे और पैसा नहीं चाहिए, और मेरे in the area in which company is operating उसमें ग्रोथ नहीं है. In those companies, believe me, investors don't invest. So zero debt company भी नहीं होनी चाहिए, and very high debt. High debt यानी 2:1 equity. 2:1 से भी ज्यादा usually high debt होते हैं. And these ये जो ratios होते हैं ना, ये भी depend करता है like from industry to industry. कोई industry में 2:1 is good. कोई industry में like FMCG industry में 2:1 is not that good. अगर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में देखोगे, रियल एस्टेट में देखोगे 2:1, 3:1, फाइन, इट्स ओके. ओके, सो विल गो थ्रू द प्रोसेस. सो प्रिलिमिनरी स्क्रीनिंग ऑफ स्टॉक्स, एंड दिस इज बॉटम अप अप्रोच. बॉटम अप अप्रोच क्या होता है कि फर्स्ट यू स्टडी द कंपनी, देन द इंडस्ट्री, देन द इकोनॉमी, एंड इफ द कंपनी इज ग्लोबली लिंक्ड, लाइक काफी सारी कंपनीज ग्लोबली लिंक्ड होते हैं, लाइक आईटी कंपनीज, ऑयल एंड गैस कंपनीज, या काफी सारे industries are globally linked. So you have to study the global economy first. Why global economy? Because ऐसा नहीं हो कि globally there is recession and you are recommending a company जिसका 90% revenue foreign countries से आ रहा है. Getting it, everyone with me? Okay. So bottoms up approach means you will be studying the company first. Thousands of company में से you will be selecting say 10 odd companies. Then वो 10 odd companies में से you have to study in depth about one company, two company. वो select करने के बाद you have to study the industry, study the Indian, your domestic economy, and then study the global economy. Whereas ये as a fresher equity research analyst, you have to do bottoms up approach. Everyone, yes, I repeat, as a fresher equity research analyst or at the lower tier, as a research analyst, you have to always start with bottoms up approach. But as you grow up, as you become fund manager, chief investment officer, CIO, or a global fund manager, you have to follow bottoms up, top down approach, where you have to study the global economy first, then identify which country, which economy you have to invest in. Like suppose there are 10 countries. So like India we have, Pakistan we have. So quite obvious, the fund manager has to decide कि कौन से economy में invest करना चाहिए. First study the global economy, global space, then domestic space, then industry. Like fund managers होते हैं ना, global fund managers या even domestic fund managers, वो सारे industries में invest नहीं करते. They select 20, 30, 40 industries में से 7-8 industries में ही मुश्किल से maximum invest करते. So then they have to study which industry to invest in, and then they identify which companies to invest in. Getting it? ये पूरा picture. Okay.
Makes sense, sir. Makes sense. Absolutely.
So on the screen you can see the process. I have simplified it so that you can understand it very well. So preliminary screening of stocks starts with financial statement analysis. Believe me, you have to refer only annual reports at the start. Annual report में काफी सारी चीजें होती है. I am not getting into making you understand annual report, but believe me, annual report में काफी सारे in-depth information होता है about the company, forward-looking statements होते हैं, auditors report, management discussions and analysis, chairman's forward-looking statements भी होते हैं. Then analyzing historical performance, review publicly. Okay, I'll go little slow. Analyzing historical performance of the company, like it can be quantitative as well as qualitative. Then review publicly available information. काफी सारे corporate announcements भी होते हैं या news भी होते हैं which positively or negatively impact the company. So last 3 months, 6 months, you should know. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि इंटरव्यू में पूछ लिया कि तुमने ये कंपनी स्टडी की है और इसका 1 महीने पहले ये न्यूज आया था, तुम्हें कुछ पता है, तुम्हें कुछ पता नहीं है. So it's a negative thing. Okay, so review all publicly available information. Okay, understands company's business structure or business model. See, business structure and business model is different from organizational structure. Okay, business structure means, okay, I'll show you a sample quickly. Give me just 1 second. Just 1 minute. Huh? Business model. Okay, I'll just change this screen. Okay. Now, I have just made few like business models from of different companies from different industries. So this is of Engineers India. You can see they are present into India, Middle East, North. So this is their geographical presence. Engineers India is mainly into LSTK projects, lump sum turnkey projects, and even into consultancy. So right from process design till certification. So they set up the oil and gas, chemical plants, and even power plants, hydrocarbon, chemical, metal infrastructure, and they also have joint ventures. So this is a basic business model, but it doesn't has data. It should also include data. Data, like you can see now, this is how it is divided into 4 different parts: USA, India, Canada, Europe. Further, this is PTC India. See, this is a better business model to understand. You can see Navneet Publications. It owns 24% stake in K12 Techno company. It owns 90% stake, and it has 2 major, you can say, their product line or business segments, that is publications and stationery, 57% and 41%. And in value terms also everything is mentioned, and the details till their, you can say, the brands like Vikas, Gala, Navneet, Boss. Okay, so this is a business model. So we'll move back. So you should be able to understand the business model of a company. Okay, so because at the start I had told you, because different companies from different industries, the dynamics are different. So the business model is different. Okay, so analyzing, okay, after business model, you should also study the industry, the sector, analyze raw material and finished good pricing trends before estimations. And then you will be having, after studying the company industry, you'll be having plenty of queries, questionnaires. Okay, then you should be able to get in touch with the management, solve your queries, questionnaires, prepare a preliminary financial model, show it to the management, prepare and link your estimated P&L balance sheet to a valuation model. Okay. See, investment rationale means why one should invest in a company. We are on this point. Investment rationale means why one should invest in a company. You should be able to identify why one should invest. What is the story, okay, that you are pitching to your investors? And then you should prepare a research report, that is initiating coverage, company research report. And at the end, you have to continuously track that particular company, okay, for your investors. Okay, so this is the complete fundamental equity research process. So,
Sir, if I have to add one question, here, first of all, this is really very interesting. Before I ask a question, all the participants over here, can I get a quick yes, no, maybe on the chat box? अभी तक चीजें एक high level पे और एक granular level पे सर ने बात की, समझ में आ रही है? Can I get a yes, no, maybe on the chat box? We are reaching to the
I think we got so many yes. So
can I get response from all of you?
yes sir.
सुनिए मैम,
हाँ जी,
people
already
have responded because because मेरे नेटवर्क में थोड़ा इशू था, इसीलिए ठीक है. ओके,
नहीं बहुत स्टूडेंट्स ने yes बोल दिया सर.
ठीक है. आदेश सर, मेरा एक सवाल है, so I'll directly jump to you on the question. सर, एक आपने करियर ग्राफ के बारे में भी बताया, आपने डेजिग्नेशन भी बताए, आपने इसका जवाब दिया है, बट जस्ट टू रीइटरेट, पहले 3 साल एक फ्रेशर को इक्विटी एनालिस्ट का जब डेजिग्नेशन मिला, ऑब्वियसली डेजिग्नेशन बदलेंगे, आपने जो बताया पहले 2 साल, फिर 2 से 5 साल, तो माइंडसेट कैसा होना चाहिए? आपने जो बताया आपकी जर्नी के बारे में, विच वाज आल्सो वेरी इंस्पिरेशनल, आपकी जो जर्नी रही सुबह 4:45 से लेकर आप किस तरह मुंबई में ट्रैवल, एंड यू नो आई अंडरस्टैंड द लाइफ इन मुंबई. हमेशा मैं कहता हूँ हर एक को एक बार मुंबई में जरूर रहना चाहिए अपने फॉर्मेटिव ईयर्स में. लेकिन हैविंग सेड दैट, सर, एक माइंडसेट कैसा होना चाहिए? माइंडसेट, व्हाट इज द माइंडसेट एंड हाउ डू विल आंसर दैट क्वेरी कि अगर इक्विटी एनालिस्ट आपने करियर सिलेक्ट कर लिया और आप उस करियर में आगे बढ़ रहे हो, आपने बेसिक स्किल डेवलपमेंट लेकर इंटरव्यू क्रैक कर लिया, अब आप करियर में आगे बढ़ रहे हो, तो माइंडसेट कैसा होना चाहिए, क्या जवाब है इसका?
Like, see, I had shared you my story, okay? So mindset, you have to be so much determined, positive. There will be so many forces that will pull you down, that will make you quit this profile. Believe me, I have seen many people around me just quitting this profile and moving out in the first 3 months, 6 months, max to max 1 year. But mindset means you have to be determined. You have to first सबसे पहली चीज है, you have to be committed. You have to take interest. You learn hell of things. Even if you are an average student or an average, if you are going through, if you are an experienced 1 year, 2 year, if you have an average career, believe me, your thought process, your working style will improvise like anything. Okay, so give it your complete 100%. Don't just take a step back. Be committed for the first 6 months, 1 year, and don't quit, because believe me, there are much more things that are pulling you back in an equity research career than supporting you to make a successful career in equity research. Okay, so it is very challenging. It is very you can say, क्या बोलते हो उसे, लाइक वो आपको
एंटरप्राइजिंग
हाँ काफी चैलेंजिंग होता है, काफी इंटरेस्टिंग होता है. बिलीव मी, इफ यू टेक इंटरेस्ट, इससे इंटरेस्टिंग करियर प्रोफाइल नहीं है, एंड काफी कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा.
एंड ऑल द मोर जब सर हमारे ऑनरेबल फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर सीतारमन ने ये बताया हुआ है कि इस बार के बजट में कि बिटवीन 20 and 25 years of age, this is the time to become equity analyst, because that's how the capital markets are moving in the Indian stock market.
Right, you said बजट में कहाँ गया है 20-25 years?
हाँ, इस बार के बजट में 2023 के बजट में ऑनरेबल फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर ने ये बात बोली है कि इक्विटी रिसर्च का डिमांड और बढ़ेगा. जैसे आप कह रहे थे ना कि इससे बढ़िया करियर नहीं हो सकता, मैं उसी बात को रेजोनेट कर रहा हूँ. इट इज बीइंग रेजोनेटेड एंड इकोड बाय द गवर्नमेंट आल्सो. सो बहुत बढ़िया वक्त है लोगों के लिए इस स्किल को डेवलप करने का.
Thank you, Rohit, for bringing this question out. See, everyone pay attention. Equity research analyst, now we had seen क्या होता है. Okay, it is company research, industry research, financial modeling, equity valuation. Even if you get into any core finance profiles, और कौन से प्रोफाइल होते हैं, like credit analyst. Suppose बैंक में तुम हो, एक कंपनी बैंक के पास आती है कि मुझे लोन चाहिए, तो क्या करोगे तुम? कंपनी स्टडी करोगे, इंडस्ट्री स्टडी करोगे, उसके रेशियो स्टडी करोगे, थोड़ा प्रोजेक्शंस भी कर लोगे, फिर डिसाइड करोगे ना कि लोन देना है कि नहीं. सो इट इज ऑल अबाउट फंडामेंटल इक्विटी रिसर्च. या इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग भी देख लो एज अ प्रोफाइल. इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग में भी तुम्हें अच्छा करियर करना है तो भी तुम्हें इक्विटी रिसर्च, फंडामेंटल इक्विटी रिसर्च अच्छे से करने आना चाहिए. या कॉर्पोरेट फाइनेंस ले लो. कॉर्पोरेट फाइनेंस क्या होता है कि एक कोई भी एक कंपनी, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनी ले लो, सीएफओ के टीम के अंडर हो, तो तुम्हें अकाउंटिंग, ऑडिटिंग या टैक्सेशन नहीं दिया जाएगा, वो सीएस है उसके लिए. तुम्हें बिजनेस रिसर्च दिया जाएगा, तुम्हें कॉस्ट रिसर्च दिया जाएगा, तुम्हें इंडस्ट्री रिसर्च करने दिया जाएगा. At the end, it is all fundamental equity research. So if you are good in fundamental equity research, believe me, you will make a career into any core finance profile. Right, Rohit sir?
Absolutely, sir. Coming from you just resonates my belief, and definitely the fact of the matter is ये equity research हम जो बार-बार बोल रहे हैं, ये कहीं ना कहीं cornerstone है किसी भी financial analyst profile के लिए. So thank you so much for kind of bringing this up once again. Sir, Any other points that you have that you want to highlight, or most of the points are taken care of as of now?
I have covered most of the basic stuff that I had prepared.
Sure.
More points if come out, if in Q&A we can discuss.
Sure. Any questions on the chat box by the individuals? Because we also have to have running out of session running out of session
Okay.
time. It's already 1:15.
Since
It's already 1:15. We are touching 1:20. अगर कोई किसी के क्विक क्वेश्चंस हैं जो दिमाग में आ रहे हैं किसी को, वो चैट बॉक्स में डाल सकता है. अगर किसी के क्विक क्वेश्चंस हैं तो ऑब्वियसली अगर अभी दिमाग में नहीं आ रहा है, बाद में आ रहा है, यू कैन ऑलवेज सेंड टू मी और सोनिया मैम. वी कैन सेंड टू आदेश सर फॉर द रिप्लाई. बिकॉज अभी जो सवाल है वो जनरली आप लोगों के जो मुझे दिख रहे हैं वो मोर टॉप ऑफ द फनल क्वेश्चंस हैं कि ऐसा कैसे होता है, ये कैसे होता है, एंड ऑल दोस काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स. यस मयूर, आई एम अवेयर ऑफ दैट. सो जिन लोगों के टाउन हॉल सेशन है अभी सर्वेश सर के साथ, they can always leave the session, but I think let us first अगर immediate सवाल नहीं है तो let us first give a big round of applause to Adesh sir for spending his time and ask Sonia ma'am to give a vote of thanks. एक सवाल ले लेते हैं सर before the vote of thanks, which is कोई सैलरी पूछ रहा है, what is the scope and how much package offered. मैं अपना आंसर दे देता हूँ, मैं अपना आंसर दे देता हूँ. मैं अपना आंसर देता हूँ before Adesh sir.
See, I would like to reply this. See, don't think about salary. Believe me, just free में भी काम करने के लिए ना, free में तो भी 1-2 साल काम कर लेना. See, I started my career with 8,000 salary. तभी salaries अच्छे थे, मिल रहे थे मुझे बाकी profiles में 25,000, 30,000, 40,000. I opted for equity research analyst. 8,000 से salary start की थी. And believe me, I had grown at a CAGR, yearly CAGR at almost more than 23-25% annually till date. So crazy growth है. Just spend 1 to 2 years, then there is no looking back. So don't even bother about salaries and all. Knowledge काफी important है. वो जो पैसे 1 साल नहीं भी मिले तो भी ऐसे कोई कुछ कर नहीं लोगे तुम. ठीक है
सर, ये आपने जो सजेशन दिया ये बहुत ही ग्राउंड लेवल पे सजेशन है, पर मुझे नहीं पता जब प्लेसमेंट थॉट प्रोसेस आता है कौन ये किसको कितना फॉलो करेगा. लेकिन हैविंग सेड दैट मुझे आपकी बात से मैं पूरी तरह रेजोनेट होता हूँ. लेट्स टेक वन मोर क्वेश्चन फाइनली. एंड सर एक क्वेश्चन है आकाश का, थोड़ा सा सब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन है पर फिर मैं पूछ लेता हूँ. अगर फ्रेशर से फाइनेंशियल मॉडलिंग गलत बन जाए तो क्या होता है?
See Akash, come on, you are a human being. तुम गलती नहीं करोगे तो वो गलत होगा. Human beings are supposed to make mistakes. गलती करोगे सीखोगे, गलती करोगे सीखोगे. First 1 साल 2 साल काफी सारी गलतियां होगी. Make a list of it and see to it that you don't repeat it. कोई बात नहीं, गलतियां होगी. See, financial model is a projection and estimation. कोई तुमने देखा इन्फोसिस के कोई भी एक कंपनी लो, सपोज TCS, तो 10 TCS ट्रैक करने वाले एटलीस्ट 100 एनालिस्ट होंगे. ओके, उसमें से 80 एनालिस्ट माइट बी सेइंग बाय. एट द सेम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम 20 एनालिस्ट सेल रिपोर्ट भी निकालते हैं ऑन द सेम स्टॉक. सो कोई गलत या सही नहीं होता. ओके, इन इक्विटी रिसर्च देयर इज नो राइट और रॉन्ग. ओके आकाश,
गॉट इट. सर, इज फीको इंपॉर्टेंट? थोड़ा सा रेलिवेंट क्वेश्चन मुझे लगता नहीं है, बिकॉज कौन से जेडी के लिए देखा है वो बताया नहीं गया. लेकिन अर्पित का सवाल, अर्पित का नहीं, आई थिंक आशीष का सवाल है, फीको इंपॉर्टेंट है क्या? आई हैव सीन इन द जेडी ऑफ मेनी फाइनेंस फील्ड.
सी आशीष, वेरी गुड यू आस्क्ड. फीको का क्या होता है? सी, इफ यू आर इनटू केपीओज ना, वहां पे ये लगता है. बट इफ यू आर इनटू कोर इक्विटीज मींस इंडियन इक्विटीज, तो इवन आई डोंट नो प्रॉपर्ली ये सब फीको वगैरह बिल्कुल ये सब करने की जरूरत नहीं है. यू should be able to study a company industry, एक फाइनेंशियल मॉडल, एक कंपनी रिपोर्ट बना के रखना. इंटरव्यू के टाइम पे जस्ट टेल देम कॉन्फिडेंटली कि आई हैव स्टडीड दिस कंपनी, स्टडीड दिस इंडस्ट्री. देन वो क्वेश्चंस क्या पूछेंगे? उसी में से पूछेंगे जो तुम्हें अच्छे से चीज आती है. ओके, सो यू आर डायरेक्टिंग देम टू आस्क अ क्वेश्चन only in that area which you are comfortable with, which you know. So good. And if you
Sir, what about NISM certification?
I will
What
always,
about NISM?
हाँ,
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll always tell you instead of getting into a KPOs first, always try and prefer Indian equities should be your first preference. But even if you don't get through into Indian equities directly, spend 1 or 2 years into some KPO and then get into Indian equities.
Sir, last question. NISM certificate.
This is Rohit sir, and all the students pay attention. NISM certificate. You all know what is NISM? NISM is 100% SEBI owned body. Okay. NISM का जो research analyst module है ना, if you want to work into Indian equities as a research analyst, and if you want to recommend buy, hold or sell, NISM certificate is compulsory. By law, it is compulsory. Okay, Rajpal. Fine, everyone. I repeat, NISM research analyst module, by law, it is compulsory. Okay, research analyst module. If you want to work into Indian equities and if you want to recommend to your clients buy, hold or sell, by SEBI, mandatory, you have to get that research analyst certification. It is not that difficult. You can glance through the content. It is fairly simple. Yeah, Rohit sir.
I think,
Perfect.
sir. Yeah.
No, I think perfect, sir.
Hmm.
This is great. Over to Sonia ma'am for the vote of thanks. But from my side, Adesh sir, मतलब जितना आपको सुनो उतना कम लग रहा है. But it's a great session. I must thank you for spending the time and definitely we would love to engage you more for our different possibilities of engagement. But thank you so much for your time on Sunday. आपने अपना time दिया. Thank you all the participants also. Over to Sonia ma'am.
1 hour is very short to share knowledge that I have gained over the years. So I tried my best to tell plenty of things, to share plenty of things with the students. Okay. And one more student has asked,
सर अगर वो सवाल सर अगर वो सवाल का आंसर छोटा
actually asked me कि he wanted all the documents. So whatever I had seen, you had all the students, you had seen on the screen. I'll share it with Sonia madam. You can collect it with her. Okay.
Okay, students, if you have any questions, any query, just contact me. So I'll answer your all questions. I'll share it with sir. And students, thank you so much for your participation and do share your feedback on the Google form, which we have shared. And thank you so much, sir. Seriously, this is the first time I also enjoyed this session. This is the first time because we have done so many sessions. So thank you so much. I think this session, I answer all the questions, all the queries which students have related to equity analyst. Thank you so much for such a knowledgeable session, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adesh sir. Thank you. You can close the session now. You being the host, you can close the session. Thank you, sir, for your time, and thank you all the participants for your patient hearing and learning. Keep learning and keep skilling yourself. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to click the bell icon. #स्किल से करियर तक हम आपके साथ हैं.